Good evening, everyone, and welcome to In the Know with Kat Bobineau. Today is an amazing, special day because not only is it National Hispanic Heritage, or at least the start of National Hispanic Heritage Month, but it is also the day that four civilians have launched into space. And so I don't know if you had the opportunity to watch Inspiration 4 launch today, but Inspiration with four civilians that were handpicked or chosen, I should say, by Elon Musk and his company are currently in orbit right now in space. And one of the things that people don't realize is that in order to be an astronaut with NASA, you have to have a background, typically in something STEM, engineering, science, chemistry, something, because you have to have some sort of knowledge of the machine that's going to be going in, out, or machine, the rocket that you're going to be in as an astronaut, how to survive, how to do science in space, things like that. Usually, it takes 2 years of training to become an astronaut. With Inspiration 4, SpaceX took four civilians, albeit one is a billionaire, to space after 6 months. 6 months of training. So, hopefully, you guys have been able to watch what's been going on via Netflix. Netflix has an amazing show that's been following this, been doing this. So I don't know if you got a chance to see the launch. If not, let me share the launch with you. I was sitting here with Carter watching it, and it was amazing. Hold on. This happened around 5:05 this evening, PST. In that rocket holds four individuals, four civilians who are now orbiting space. Check that out. This is after 6 months of training. Hey, Ushan, I see you. Thanks for checking in. Yes, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. I can see you guys chat, so make sure you put in the chat. Let me know that you are with me. So, yes, that is pretty cool that these four individuals got an opportunity to go to space. That these four people who only one maybe would have had an opportunity to go into space, but the other three, not so much. And let's see, inspiration. So, what we are going to be talking about today is not only that inspiration that's going on with SpaceX and the launch of Inspiration 4, these four individuals are going to be orbiting space for the next 3 days. And they are going to be doing all kinds of research on themselves, basically, while they're in space. So let me show you who we are talking about. So these four people in their spacesuits is Chris Simbrowski, Dr. Cyan Proctor, Jarek Isaacman, and Haley I don't know how to say her last name. I've heard it so many times too. Arsenault, I'm guessing. But, I am really partial to the two women that's on this spaceship. These two women have amazing stories. Haley, for example, is from New Orleans area, and she at the age of 10 realized she had bone cancer. A couple of years of fighting at St. Jude Hospital, she was finally able to overcome a childhood of unknown with a disease that hits just about any and everyone with no warning. In fact, she has metal growth plates because they had to take away some of her bone in order for them to get the cancer out, basically. So every time she got older and taller and her one leg would grow, the other one had to be manually grown by twisting that metal growth plate in her leg. After fighting for survival, she had a very pleasant disposition the entire time, kind of became the spokesperson while she was at St. Jude's. And now, as an adult, she's a physician assistant at St. Jude's, working in the same cancer research area that helped her beat it when she was only 10 years old. So I think Haley's story is amazing. And Dr. Cyan Proctor, she has an amazing story as well. She's in geoscience. She's also was on the show Genius with Stephen Hawking, just like I was, but she was on a different episode. She's done such amazing work when it comes to science and television. And I had an opportunity to interview her for In the Know with Kat Bobineau. And at that time, she shared that she was going through a lot. She was going through a divorce. She had to move out of her home. She had to stay with family. And, as someone with a PhD, you don't tend to think about things not going in their way and them possibly having to do what we would consider everyone else would have to do, finding a new job, finding a career, finding financing, all that stuff. And so she did that. She, in the meantime, has always loved space, always loved dealing with all of that. And at that moment, she was able to write a poem, I think it was. She wrote a poem, and she wrote why she should be picked to go into space. And now look at her. Cyan Proctor, I think she's maybe the third African American woman to travel to space. Now, the two men, they got some great stories too. I'm not trying to hate on them, but you can look them up if you want to know their story. But I think the two women's story is just so amazing and so great. So if you haven't had an opportunity to look at or watch the launch or learn more about what's going on, let me show you where you can go to see more information about it. Mm-mm-mm. So let's go to this page over here. Mm-mm-mm. If you have Netflix, which most people do, at this point, you can go onto Netflix and watch not only the live launch, but they also had a countdown to launch, which told their stories, how they got picked for this opportunity. And you can watch all the stuff they had to do, like hiking up a mountain for 9 hours and doing the training, throwing 2 years of training into 6 months. And that's not it. That's not all. You also get to watch and learn more about SpaceX and what Elon Musk is trying to do. We call it the Billionaires Club right now, albeit he's the one billionaire who's sending up civilians instead of hitching himself in that ride and not charging millions of dollars to do it. Now, it's still, a tribute to his wealth, so to speak. But at the same time, he is showing that we don't have to basically go through the government, i.e., NASA. Instead, these people with money is showing that they can do research and science and things like that by sending more civilian-esque people into space. So that is one of the things that I'm really, really happy about today. Also, today, starting today, Wednesday, September 15th through Friday, October 15th, is National Hispanic Heritage Month. So if you don't know what that means, let me show you. Boom. So, National Hispanic Heritage Month is, woo, look at all that, where we celebrate those of Hispanic and Latina background and Latino background who are doing amazing things. And if you go to Google today and you click the image for Google, they are honoring a Hispanic nurse with their doodle. Um, I know I will say her name wrong. I apologize in advance. But Dr. Idara Mario Rodi, she founded the National Association of Hispanic Nurses. And so that's Google's doodle for today, which I think is amazing. And we are going to be honoring people of Hispanic backgrounds for the next month about what they're doing, not only in STEM, but just in general. And so she spoke to Google about why, or no, not her, but she made her strides in her career and founded the National Association of Hispanic Nurses, originally named Spanish-speaking Spanish Surnamed Nurses Caucus, in 1975 to help others underrepresented in the profession, according to the organization. So she is amazing. And if you was to go to my Facebook right now, one of the people that I honored today in order, and not in order, but in association with this, and association with the flight today with SpaceX, is Dr. Ellen Ochoa. She's a veteran astronaut, the 11th director of the Johnson Space Center, and the first Hispanic director and second female director. Born in California, she got a bachelor's degree in physics from San Diego State University and a master's degree and doctorate in electrical engineering from Stanford University. And she started as a research engineer and then became an amazing astronaut. So, this is all to say so many things are happening in the world today. So many things are, just so happy and proud to be a part of. Right now, we are looking at wonderful women of color who are showing us that the sky is the limit, basically. And we can take what we are learning today and we don't have to stop. Dr. Cyan Proctor, and I'm only going to say her age because she said her age, is 50. And she's an astronaut now at the age of 50. So, you can't stop things because of age or stop things because of education background. Stop what you want to do because of fear. Mostly that's the reason why we don't do a lot of things is fear. And we can definitely make sure that we are pushing each other and honoring those who came before us, honoring those who are doing it now, giving them their flowers, so to speak, while they're still here. It is important to show that right now we are in the midst of history in the making, Sorry, I took that. That's somebody else's title, Ram. But it's true. It's history in the making. And we are in the throes of civilians being astronauts and honoring those who have done the things that we needed to do or wanted to do. So I don't know if you know someone right now who is of Hispanic descent that today is where we start honoring them. Today is, we should honor them every day. Don't get me wrong. But today is the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month. So making sure we realize what they have given us as far as just everything. I mean, I'm very STEM oriented, but it doesn't always have to be STEM. It could be so much more of what they're doing. So I hope you guys have an opportunity to check out all these things that's happening right now. I'm so very proud of Dr. Proctor. I'm so, I'm going to ask her for an interview once all this is done, but I know she's going to be asked to be interviewed by everybody. We'll see. Hopefully, she'll be able to grant me some time to talk about what's going on right now in her world. Or not right now because she's in space, but when she gets back. And so, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. I wanted to make sure you knew what was going on with Inspiration 4 and Hispanic Heritage Month. Check out those things. Let me know how you feel about what's going on, and I will talk to you guys later. All right.